right, I'm joined right now by Alex Volkov, who's an AI evangelist at Weights and Biases.
Hey, Leslie.
How you doing?
Good.
Awesome. So I know you have a lot of cool content to share, so I'm just going to pass the reins to you and let you have at it.
Awesome. I'll start. Thank you.
Cool. Let's do it.
Hey, everyone. My name is Alex Volkov. I'm an AI evangelist with Weights and Biases. I'm here to talk to you today about confidently iterating on your LLM-powered applications in production using 𝗦𝗲𝗻. So traditional software is deterministic. If something goes wrong on production, you can read the code and deploy a fix in real time. Well, LLMs, while they're awesome, building with LLMs on production tends to give you non-deterministic results, and they're effectively a black box. So how do you deploy something on production that you don't know what it's going to do ahead of time? Well, we call this experimentation. And this is something that we at Weights and Biases build great tools for a long time. You try lots and lots of stuff to see what works as you develop the intuition for developing these things and how these models will answer in production. Then it's very important as you iterate a lot to track everything that you do. If you don't do this, you will quickly get lost and won't know what's going on. And as you build those intuitions, you have to build those intuitions, you have to have robust tools to be able to inspect individual examples, to be able to dive into a specific user case and look at what the users did and what they talked with your model and what the model answered. And of course, it's very important to also measure progress. Measure progress to know whether or not you're doing great. And how do you measure progress with something that doesn't have a right or wrong answer? Sometimes LLMs just respond with a lot of text. And we do it like we do with any kind of fuzzy thing. When there's no right or wrong answer, we do metrics. And instead of testing, we just do evaluations. So here's an example of evaluations. You build a data set of a few questions. This is an example from our chats that we built an LLM tool for. We have a bunch of questions. And then for each of those questions, we basically ask our LLM to generate an answer, the response. And then we add a score. The score can be a human-generated score, or we use another LLM as a judge. This is a simple example for evaluations. 6 years ago, Weights and Biases started with a simple realization that AI developers need new tooling. Back then, machine learning engineers used sheets to track all their machine learning experiments, while software developers already had GitHub and cool tools like this. And so Weights and Biases started with this idea that machine learning engineers and AI developers need new tooling. And since then, you could say that we've done well. So everybody in most foundational model labs for build LLMs, they adopted Weights and Biases tooling for observability. Companies like Microsoft, like Meta, like OpenAI, they all millions of runs across of hundreds of thousands of metrics, and some metrics go with like millions of data points as well. So we know a thing or two about building robust production-ready observability tools. And so now, including companies like OpenAI that use us to give you tools that you probably use every day, like ChatGPT. And so now we bring this observability, expertise, and tool building to you, the AI developer. We're introducing a tool called 𝗦𝗲𝗻. 𝗦𝗲𝗻 is a lightweight toolkit for the LLM, tracking and evaluating LLM-powered applications in production. So first of all, like I said before, you have to trace everything. 𝗦𝗲𝗻 tracing is a very simple way for you to do that. It was just like one line of code. If you have a function, you wrap that function with 𝗦𝗲𝗻.op decorator, and then we'll take care of everything else for you. We'll track and trace everything, so you don't have to introduce any abstractions or different tools. It's very, very simple, literally just one line of code, and you get this out of the box. And then we also do evaluations for 𝗦𝗲𝗻 as well, where very simply, in this example, you have a little bit of a data set, like I said before, questions and then answers. And then you do scoring or grading functions, either programmatic or LLM as a judge. And then you run an evaluation, and it kind of looks like this. So let me show you a live demo of how this looks like. So this is a demo dashboard of a open source project we introduced called OpenUI. And you can see that the developer here ran all these evaluations. Each evaluation had actually like a lot of stuff in there. So you can dive in and see that we actually called an OpenAI model here, and it gave us some HTML backwards and even some images as well. As you can go into your evaluation and also look at scoring. So in this case, you see that he scored this response with a media value of 3, contrast is 1, so he's generating HTML access. This gives you unprecedented ability to understand what's going on in production and then change your product in according to how your users actually use this. And so we've built this tooling for you, the AI developer, and we really hope that you get to use this. Please, very simple to get started, pip install 𝗦𝗲𝗻 and then ///sh/𝗦𝗲𝗻 for documentation. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, that was really cool to see. Weave.op at the top as an accessory or as an attribute is really cool. I love seeing simple, clean lines like that. Cool. So if you'd like to learn more, please go check out the Weights and Biases booth that is at the Expo Hall. Otherwise, feel free to check out aka.ms/build24fp/weights and biases, which is probably written somewhere on the screen behind me. So with that, thank you so much, Alex.
Leslie.
And thanks, y'all.